Good day, students, and welcome back to Cool Series Art School's online class. Today, we will be learning about science for primary 6. But before we start, I would like to introduce myself again. My name is Teacher Layla. Did you remember my name? My name is Teacher Layla. Okay, so for today's topic, we will be continuing our discussion about nutrition and digestion. But before we start, I want you to grab your Inside Out Science 6 book and turn it to pages 7 to 14. Again, before we start, grab your Inside Out Science 6 book and turn it to pages 7 to 14. Okay, do you already have it with you? If yes, then let's start. But before we start, I would like to mention the different topic that we are going to discuss in today's video. Our first one is about how do we have a balanced diet. The second one is about food pyramid. The next one, we are going to discuss what are the foods that we should eat according to our age. And the next one, we will also study nutrition flag guidelines under part 3. And for the fourth part of this discussion, we will discuss about energy requirement. What is gender? What is age? And what is activity level? And the last topic that we are going to discuss for today's video is about body mass index. We are going to define what is BMI or body mass index, and I will teach you how to compute for your own BMI. So are you all ready? If yes, then let's start. What is a balanced diet? A balanced diet is defined as the one that provides the right amount of nutrients that a person needs. Furthermore, there are 7 essential factors for a balanced diet meal. A balanced diet meal should contain carbs or carbohydrates, proteins, vitamins, fats, mineral, water, and fiber. So if you will go back to our previous lesson, which is about nutrition as well, there we discussed the 6 types of nutrients and its different food sources. This lesson is basically just a continuation of that and an application of what we've learned, okay? So again, when we say balanced diet, it provides us the right amounts of nutrients that a person needs. So if you would look at the picture that I have in here, you can see there a chart. Now in the chart, you can see there different food groups. Now the 40% of a balanced diet is composed of vegetables and fruits. Now the 25% of a balanced diet should come from foods that are rich in carbohydrates to give us energy, which can be found in foods that are rich in sugar, starch, or fiber. Now the remaining or the next 25% should be composed of foods that are rich in protein, just like your eggs and your meats. And the remaining 10%, in order for you to have a balanced diet, should come from fatty foods or sweet foods, just like your cakes and your pastries. So this is what is composed of a balanced diet meal. Next one, since we are already done discussing what is a balanced diet, let us define what is a food pyramid, okay? So a food pyramid is a chart that can be used to see how many servings of each food should be eaten each day. It is for having good health. Fruits and vegetables on the bottom representing the bulk of a healthy diet, and fats and oils at the top. So it is called a food pyramid because of its shape. So if you would look at the picture over here, you can see there that the shape is a triangle or a pyramid. Now, it also says here that fruits and vegetables are at the bottom, representing the bulk of a healthy diet. When we say bulk, meaning plenty. Now, in order for you to have a healthy diet, you should consume foods that are rich in carbohydrates, such as rice, potatoes, breads, or noodles. Now, it also says here that fats and oils at the top because these are quite unhealthy foods and that we should only consume it or consume them in small amounts. That's why as you can see here, in the food pyramid, 40% consists of foods that are rich in carbohydrates. 35% are foods that are fruits and vegetables. 20% come from protein-rich food, just like eggs and milk or meats. And the remaining 5% come from fats and sugar. So the concept of food pyramid is basically just the same as a balanced diet. Again, if we would differentiate them together, a balanced diet is the one that provides the right amount of nutrient that a person needs, whereas a food pyramid is a chart that can be used to see how many servings of each food should be eaten each day. Okay, so that is the two difference or the main difference between a balanced diet and a food pyramid. Next, food pyramid helps us plan a balanced diet. So if you have an idea on what is a food pyramid, you will most likely have an idea how to plan a balanced diet, okay? Now, next one, I have here with me an example or another example of a food pyramid. Now, at the bottom portion, you can see there starch-rich foods just like rice, noodles, bread, and cereals. Now, on this second part of our food pyramid or second level of our food pyramid, you can see there fiber, vitamins, and mineral-rich foods such as fruits and vegetables. So you can see there apple, broccoli, banana, carrots, and tomato. Now, on the third level of a food pyramid, we can find there protein-rich foods just like meat, cheese, milk, eggs, and fish. Okay, so we have there a milk, cheese, eggs, fishes, and meat. Now, on the uppermost portion of a food pyramid, you can see there foods that are rich in sugar and fat, just like butter, pastries, and oils. Okay, so that is what compose our food pyramid. Remember, carbohydrates should be at the lowermost part of a food pyramid because this gives us energy that we need for every day. Now, for the second level of a food pyramid, this must contain your fruits and your vegetables. Now, the third level of a food pyramid should be consist of protein-rich food just like milk, eggs, and meats. And at the uppermost part of a food pyramid, it should contain fats or foods that are rich in sugar just like oils and pastries. Now, in the next slide, I have prepared a song for you to listen in order for you to remember our lesson easily. I hope you'll enjoy listening and I hope that you will be able to memorize it as well.
One, two, three, sing with me. Let's all eat healthily. We will grow big and strong. Let's all sing our healthy eating song. If we all eat well, it helps us learn and play. Choosing healthy food is fun. Why not start today? 1, 2, 3, Let's all eat healthily. We will grow big and strong. Let's all sing our healthy eating song. Time to fill our tongue with healthy food that's yum. Now we can all run about, jump and clap and shout. 1, 2, 3, sing with me. Let's all eat healthily. We will grow big and strong. Let's all sing our healthy eating song. Let's all sing our healthy eating song.
Okay, did you enjoy the song? I hope you did. The song is entitled The Healthy Eating Song. I hope that it helped you remember the first part of our lesson, and I hope that it also encouraged you to eat healthy foods. Okay, now let's proceed. Nutrients that our body need changes as we grow. This is a true statement. How? Babies and young children need foods that are rich in iron. This is because iron helps develop their brains. Iron can be found in foods just like beans, spinach, nuts, dried fruits, just like raisins and apricots, and eggs. Now the next one. Adolescents need extra energy from carbohydrates as they undergo puberty and are more active. Carbohydrates can be found in foods just like rice, bread, cereals, noodles, fruits, and vegetables. Bones in older adults tend to weaken over time, so they need to take in more calcium and vitamin D to keep their bones strong and healthy. Now, vitamin D can be found in foods, or calcium and vitamin D can be found in foods just like milk, cheese, fish, eggs, peas, butter, and beans. Okay, so these are example of foods that are rich in calcium and vitamin D, which is ideal for older adults to help their bones be strong and healthy. Okay, now let's discuss about the 9 nutrition flag guidelines. So this nutrition flag guidelines was actually developed by the Ministry of Health here in Thailand. In order for you to have a healthy lifestyle or healthy body, you must take into consideration these 9 guidelines. The first one is eat a variety of foods from each of the 5 food groups and maintain a proper weight. So in order for you to have a healthy body, you need to eat a portion of carbohydrates, fats, minerals, vitamins, and water. The next one, eat adequate amounts of rice or alternate carbohydrate sources. So remember that I've mentioned that rice is a source of carbohydrates which give us energy. Now, if rice is not available in your region, from time to time, you can alternate it with other foods that are also rich in carbohydrates, just like bread, noodles, or other vegetables. Next one, eat plenty of vegetables and fruit regularly. This is very self-explanatory because vegetables and fruits are rich in different vitamins and minerals which will help you have a healthy lifestyle. Next one, eat fish, lean meat, eggs, legumes, and pulses regularly. So it says here eat fish because fish is rich in protein and as well as lean meat. Again, when we say lean meat, these are type of meats that have less fats in them. It says here also eat eggs because eggs is also rich in protein. And legumes, when we say legumes, this include peanuts. Okay, so these are also rich in protein. Next one, drink milk in appropriate quality for one's age. So remember that we've mentioned that as we grow, we require different amounts of foods, okay, or different types of foods. Now, if you are still a baby, of course, you still need a lot of milk because it helps you build your teeth and your bones. And when you are already on your adult age or in your late adult stage, you should drink a lot of milk as well because it will help you repair your bones and your teeth. Okay? Next guideline. Eat a diet containing appropriate amounts of fat. So if you will remember our food pyramid a while ago, it only says there are 5% of fats or sugar-rich food. Because as we all know, too much fats will be unhealthy for you, okay? So eat appropriate amounts of fats. Don't eat too much fat, okay? Because this could lead to different heart or health defects, okay? Next one, avoid sweet and salty foods. It is good to eat sweet foods from time to time, but too much sweet foods can also be dangerous or could also be bad for you, okay? So everything in moderation. Next one, eat clean and safe food. So this is very important. What if you are eating healthy foods, but what you're eating is actually dirty or not safe? Do you think you will still live a healthy life? I don't think so. So even though that you're following all of these guidelines, you should also take into consideration the sources of food that you eat. It should be safe and it should be clean, okay? And lastly, avoid or reduce the consumption of alcoholic beverages, okay? So because these alcoholic beverages could also be dangerous to you, especially when consumed in large amounts, okay? So those are the 9 nutrition guidelines set by the Ministry of Health in Thailand. And for our next topic, we will discuss about energy requirement. What is energy requirement? It is defined as the amount of food energy needed to balance energy spending in order to maintain body size, body composition, and level of necessary and desirable physical activity for long-term good health. So when we talk about energy requirement, it does not only talk about like a short term, but when you are planning or when you are talking about energy requirement, you are also planning about the long-term condition of your health. Now let's know more about it. Different foods give us different amounts of energy, okay? Example, fats can give us 2 times more energy than carbohydrates. So if you will remember our previous lesson about the 6 type of nutrients, I've mentioned there that carbohydrate is the body's main source of energy and fats as well. But fats could actually supply 2 times more energy than carbohydrates. So the statement here which says different foods give us different amounts of energy explains this one, okay? Carbohydrates can give you energy, but fats can give you 2 times more energy than carbohydrates, okay? Kilocalories, okay? So kilocalories or KCAL is used to measure the energy value of foods. Now we have here the energy value of different foods and drinks. So in the first column, we have their food. The second one, we have there the quantity. And the third one has the energy value in kilocalorie, okay? So for our first one, white bread or 1 slice of white bread is 64 kilocalories. White rice or 1 bowl of white rice has 241 kilocalories. 1 bowl of brown rice has 218 kilocalories. cheeseburger or one cheeseburger has 300 kilocalories. One plate of pad thai has 940 kilocalories. 100 grams of a raw carrot has 41 kilocalories. 100 grams of an apple has 49 kilocalories. 100 ml of a soybean milk has 50 kilocalories. 100 ml of a colored drink has 43 kilocalories, and 100 ml of a Thai milk tea has 50 kilocalories. So this energy chart right here or table right here helps us track the amount of calories that we are consuming per day. So for example, this morning you ate 2 slices of white bread, meaning you have 64 kilocalories times 2 because you ate 2 slices. So how much is that? Now, on lunchtime or during lunchtime, you ate 1 bowl of white rice. That is already equivalent to 241 kilocalories. Now, if you add up all of the food that you consume in a day, that is when you will get the amount of calories that you've eaten, okay? Now, next one. What do you think will happen if we overeat and do not exercise? What do you think? We will end up just like this kid. So as you can see, this kid is very unhealthy because for his age and his height, he is already too fat or he is suffering from obesity. Okay, so if you eat too much but you do not consume the energy from the food that you've eaten, you will end up being fat or being obese, okay? Which is very unhealthy. Now, for the next part of our lesson, we will discuss the factors that affect energy requirements in humans, okay? Now, the first factor that affect energy requirement in humans is gender. Males tend to need more energy than females. Why? This is because men have a greater muscle mass than females. As muscles need energy to work, a body with a greater muscle mass will need more energy. So as you can see in here, a picture of a woman and a man. If you will compare the body build of the woman with the man, you can clearly see there that the man has more muscle mass compared to a woman, okay? So this is what explains this one. That's why men should eat more foods that are rich in carbohydrates because they have more muscles, and the more muscles you have, the more energy you need in order for your body to work, okay? The next one. The next factor that affects energy requirement in humans is age. Why? The amount of energy that children needs increases as they grow into adults. As adults age, the amount of energy that they need decreases. Okay, so remember in our previous discussion a while ago, when you're still young, you need a lot, especially when you're in your adolescence age, you need to consume foods that are rich in carbohydrates because you're undergoing puberty and you are more active. But when you are already older, let's say in your 60s, you have less energy requirements to when you were still young. That's why your energy requirement decreases as you age. So the more active you are, the more energy you need. The less active you are, the less energy you need. Okay? Now the last factor that Okay, so I have here with me another table. This table shows the energy requirement of different age range. Now, for the first one or the first column, we have there the age. The second one, we have there the gender. And the last one have your daily energy requirements, which is in kilocalories. Now, if you are age 2, male, you need at least 1,100 kilocalories per day. If you are age 2, female, you need 1,000 kilocalories per day. So remember, when we say you're a male, you have or you need more energy requirement compared to when you're a female. That's why when you're 2 years old male, you need 1,100, but when you're 2 years old female, you only need 1,000. So 100 kilocalories less. Now, if you're 12 years old male, you need 2,350 kilocalories of energy per day. If you're 12 years old female, you need 2,050 kilocalories energy requirement per day. Now, if you're 17 years old male, you need 2,850 kilocalories per day. If you are 17 years old female, you need 2,300 kilocalories per day. If you're 40 years old male, you need 2,600 kilocalories per day. If you're 40 years old female, you need 2,100 kilocalories per day. If you're 65 years old male, you need 2,450 kilocalories per day. If you're 65 years old female, you need 2,050 kilocalories per day. Now, if you will differentiate the values of all of this, you will notice that as you age, you need more energy requirements compared to when you're still young and when you have already grown up into an adult. Okay, so the peak of your energy requirements is between 17 to 40 years old, because this is the time when you're growing and you're undergoing puberty. But when you've already reached your 40s or your 65, it slowly decreases, or the amount of energy that you need slowly decreases as you age. Okay? Now, the last factor that affect energy requirement in humans is activity level. Why? A person who does more physical activity needs to take in more energy. So the more you work out, or the more work, or the more effort you exert, the more energy you need. Okay? Now, eating too much can cause the body to store the extra energy as fats, which can lead to obesity. But eating too few calories can cause the body to lose weight and become weak, and can sometimes lead to malnourishment. So take note that everything that we eat should only be in moderation. You cannot eat too much because it will cause obesity, or you will get too fat. You cannot eat too little because it could also lead to malnourishment. Do you want to end up just like this person right here, or do you want to end up just like this person right here? So you choose. And for our last topic, we will discuss about body mass index, or BMI. Have you already heard about this term? Do you actually compute this BMI in your PE class? Because I know you do. Okay, now do you have any idea? If you forgot, then let's define what is a body mass index. Okay, so when we say body mass index, it uses a person's height and mass. When we say mass, our weight, to determine if he or she has a healthy mass for his or her height. Okay? Furthermore, an underweight person is more likely to fall sick, and an overweight person is more likely to have health problems such as heart disease. Again, when you say BMI, or body mass index, it uses a person's height and weight in order to determine if he or she is healthy for his or her mass and height. Okay. Now, I have here a picture, or I have here the BMI chart. Okay, so as you can see in here, we have different ranges. If you're underweight, your BMI is less than 18.5. If you are in your normal BMI, you are between the ranges 18.5 to 24.9. If you are overweight, your BMI range is 35 to 29.9. If you are obese, your BMI range is from 30 to 34.9. If you are extremely obese, your BMI is more than 35. Now, take note that a healthy BMI value is between 18.5 to 24.9. Now, how do we compute for BMI? Okay, so I have here with me the BMI formula. In order for you to get the BMI of a person, you need this formula. So BMI is equals to mass in kilograms, or your weight in kilograms, divided by your height in meters times your height in meters. Again, I want you to take note of this one, okay? In order for you to get your BMI, you need this formula where BMI is equal to mass in kilograms divided by height in meters times your height in meters, okay? Now, let's have an example. So, for problem 1, if Chan has a mass of 45 kilograms and has a height of 1.5 meters, his BMI would be, so in this situation or in this problem right here, the person that we're talking about is Chan, okay? And his mass or his weight is 45 kilogram and has a height of 1.5 meters. Now, if you will use, or if we will use this BMI formula, the solution will become like this one. 45 kilogram divided by 1.5 meters times 1.5 meters. Okay, now in order for you to solve this one properly, I want you to compute for the height first. Okay, so multiply 1.5 meters times 1.5 meters, it will be equal to 2.25 meters. Once you already have this value, I want you to divide 45 kilograms by 2.25 kilograms, and our answer will be 20. Okay, so the BMI value of Chan is 20. Now, based on the chart that I've shown a while ago, where does Chan belong? Is he normal, obese, underweight, or extremely obese? So, if Chan's BMI is 20, he is normal weight. Okay, so his weight is normal for his height. Okay, now let's have another example. If Min has a mass of 65 kilograms and has a height of 1.58 meters, his BMI would be, again, we are looking for Min's BMI. His mass or his weight is 65 kilograms. His height is 1.58 meters. Now, in order for us to get the BMI, we will compute for it by dividing 65 kilograms to 1.58 meters times 1.58 meters. Again, I want you to multiply this one first and get its value. Okay, so 1.8 or 1.58 times 1.58 is equal to 2.49. Now that you already have this value, I want you to divide 65 by 2.49 and the answer will be 26. Okay, so means BMI value is 26. Now, if we will go back to the chart a while ago, which is this one. Okay, let's go back to the chart a while ago. If Min has a BMI value of 26, where does Min belong? Is he underweight, normal, overweight, obese, or extremely obese? He is under, or he will fall under the overweight category because he has a BMI value of 26, okay? Now, in order for you to better understand how to compute for the BMI, I want you to do it by yourself, okay? I want you to take note of your height and your weight and follow the BMI formula in order to get whether you are normal weight, underweight, overweight, and obese. And I will ask you one by one once we have our Zoom meeting, okay? So the answer is the BMI of men is 26 and he falls under overweight category. Okay, so that is how we compute for BMI, okay? I hope that you get or you fully understood how to compute for the BMI, okay? Because in our activity, we will also have the same questions, okay? Now, let's practice. I hope that you understand our discussion for today. And for our activity, I want you to grab your yellow book. Write there activity 2. Write your name, your class number, the date today, and leave a space for your score. Number it 1 to 10. Again, grab your yellow book. Write there activity 2. Write your name, your class number, the date today, and leave a space for your score. Number it 1 to 10. Just like before, we will answer all of these questions during our Zoom meeting, okay? Are you all ready? Let's start. So for number 1 to 5, the direction is multiple choice. Write the question and the choices and circle the letter of the best answer. For question number 1, blank is a chart that can be used to see how many servings of each food should be eaten each day. Again, let me repeat. Blank is a chart that can be used to see how many servings of food should be eaten each day. Is it letter A, food chart, letter B, balanced diet, letter C, nutrition flag, or letter D, food pyramid? Now let's proceed to number 2. Blank is one that provides the right amounts of nutrient that a person needs. Again, blank is a one that provides the right amounts of nutrients that a person needs. Is it letter A, balanced diet, letter B, nutrients, letter C, diet, or letter D, food pyramid? And for number 3, blank is used to measure the energy value of foods. Is it letter A, calories, letter B, kilocalories, letter C, KCL, or letter D, both B and C? Again, it is used to measure the energy value of foods. Is it letter A, calories, letter B, kilocalories, letter C, KCAL, or letter D, both B and C? Now, for multiple choice, we only have 3 items. That's only 1 to 3. And for the next one, we have here direction, true or false. Write C if the statement is true, and write F if the statement is false. Write your answer before the number. Again, let me repeat the direction. Write C if the statement is true, and write F if the statement is false. Write your answer before the number. I don't want to see there the word true or the word false, okay? I only want to see letter T or letter F, okay? Follow the directions carefully. So for number 4, in the food pyramid, fruits and vegetables on the bottom represents the bulk of a healthy diet, and fats and oils at the top. Again, in the food pyramid, fruits and vegetables on the bottom represents the bulk of a healthy diet, and fats and oils at the top. And for number 5, different foods gives us different amounts of energy. Again, different foods gives us different amounts of energy. Is it true or is it false? For our next number 6. Males tend to need more energy than females. Again, males tend to need more energy than females. Is it true or is it false? And for number 7, the amount of energy children needs decreases as they grow older, and the older adults' energy requirements increases as they age. Again, the amount of energy children needs decreases as they grow older, and older adults' energy requirements increases as they age. Is it true or is it false? And for our last part, we have here directions. Problem solving. Solve for the BMI of the following situations. Write your complete solution, then identify whether the result shows an underweight, normal, overweight, obese, or extremely obese person. Use the table below. Okay, so I have here the formula for BMI. Use it for your reference. And I also put here the table which will show the different range of BMI. Okay, so for problem number 1, Preo has a mass of 50 kilogram and a height of 1.5 or 1.55 meters. What is her BMI and category that she belongs to? For problem number 2, Anne has a mass of 60 kilogram and a height of 1.78 meters. What is her BMI and what category does she belong to? Okay, and for our third problem, April has a mass of 67 kilograms and a height of 1.54 meters. What is her BMI and what category does she belong to? Okay, so for number 7 to 10, for number 8 to 10, I want you to put your complete solution in there, okay? I want to see the BMI value and the range, whether it's normal, underweight, obese, or extremely obese, okay? So that concludes our lesson for today. And now let's have a recap on the things that we've learned. First off, we defined what is a balanced diet, wherein we said that it is the amount or the one that provides the right amounts of nutrients that a person needs. We also discussed about food pyramid. A food pyramid is a chart that can be used to see how many servings of each food should be eaten each day. We also discussed what are the foods we should eat according to our age. We said that babies and young children need foods that are rich in iron, and that adolescents need extra energy from carbohydrates as they undergo puberty and are more active. And under this, we also studied the nutrition flag guidelines. We also studied energy requirements. Under this, we've learned that kilocalories or KCAL is the unit used to measure the energy requirements, okay? We also studied the different factors that affect energy in humans. This include gender, age, and activity level. And lastly, we learned about body mass index. We defined what is body mass index and how to compute for your BMI. Now, for your homework, I want you to grab your Inside Out Science workbook and answer activity 2, which is about balanced diet, on pages 2 to 3. Again, for your homework, grab your Inside Out Science workbook and answer activity 2 about balanced diet, which can be found on pages 2 to 3. Now, for your additional information about our topic for today, you can watch the YouTube link down below. Okay, so you can watch this YouTube link if you have extra time for you to have more knowledge about our lesson for today. Okay? Now, that concludes our discussion about nutrition and digestion. I hope that you've learned a lot today. And don't forget to make your homework and your yellow book, okay? And I will see you in our Zoom meeting. I hope that you've enjoyed listening, and I'll see you again next time. Again, this has been Teacher Layla for Coastal Resort School's online class. Goodbye!